morning, YouTube. Hopefully I don't have to go anywhere today. I don't plan on going anywhere today. Could I go live? Finally show those books off that I got in those short boxes for 20 bucks a piece. And then show some of the little things I picked up during the week that were fun to hunt for, and some were more of a surprise than anything when I found them. Down here on the floor. Let's see. Just gotta find something real quick. This way I can look to see who's in my chat and communicate with y'all. There I am. Over there on that screen. That screen. Yeah. Chicago Bears jersey. Or not jersey, hoodie. Yeah. Alright. Says I got 0 watching. That's fine with me. This takes a long time. I don't have any problems with it connecting to my internet either. As it's showing right now, it's probably going to happen where it's going to disconnect. Chicago Bears jersey, or not jersey, hoodie. Cool, got it paused. Alright, so again, good morning YouTube. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good day today. My day yesterday wasn't too bad. Got to work, did my shift, and then I went home. And then I got a text from a good friend. Considered to be like a brother from Undisputed Frost. He needed some help with something, so I had no problem going there and helping him out. But then he gave me some comic books because I came over there and helped him out, and I told him, I said, hey dude, you don't have to do that. You know, if I can physically help you, I can be there, I'll do it. If I can, I'll let you know. You know, but he just wanted to give me something for saying thanks for coming out his way and helping him out, which either way I appreciate it. And I actually appreciate the fact that he thought of me when he needed help to take care of what he needed to take care of. So I was very happy to do it for him, and I'll do it anytime. Just Ross is a good friend. And hey Matilda, how's it going? So yeah, I'm just gonna start showing some stuff because this is gonna be a long stream. Because this time I will be getting to those short boxes. I told my kids already. I said, none of you are coming home today. You're all staying in school. I said because none of you are sick and none of you can come up with an illness that would say otherwise, because I got them all checked out by the doctor, and the doctor's saying they're all in perfect health, so they should be in school. So now let's keep our fingers crossed, right? If you hear any noises, sorry. It's Monday is garbage day for where I live, so they come in the trucks. You can hear them. Not that, you'll probably be hearing my dogs skeeting across the floor with their feet. But it was funny. I went to the dollar store where I'm always at. I'm always at the dollar store, Matilda. I ain't kidding. Because my kids, they love to go there and buy candy or buy whatever they can get their hands on for $1. But I was going through there and my wife saw this book and she pointed it out to me. So of course I had to see if there's any more copies of this book because I wanted to get the better condition out of all, and one that doesn't look all banged up or anything ripped. So I found this book, and I'm definitely going to give it a read when I get a chance. It's a chapter book, and it's Marvel, it's Falcon, and the title is Fight or Flight. So, a neat little book. I skimmed through it. The artwork in here looks pretty good. As the story is written, it's not bad. I mean, it looks like it's, the print isn't like minuscule. It's actually decent size for my eyes, so I don't have to have the book up like this. I can actually have it back like this and read it perfectly fine. And it looks like it has, I want to say, like over 8 chapters. This here. But little books like this, they're fun to pick up. Because these are ones like, after I'm done reading them, I don't mind if my oldest son wants to read these. I'm sorry, it has 10 chapters. So 10 chapters in here. You can't hear me? Geez, everything looks like it's doing okay on the mic. Maybe I'm too far away. I gotta scoot up closer. Still gotta work out a lot of the bugs. Just let me know if you can hear me at any point. If you can't, I'm sorry. And I bet I should probably stop the stream and start over. Well, it says, look out for these other chapter books, and there's one on Ant-Man, one on Captain America, Spider-Man, and Star-Lord. That will show up. You're painting? Oh, nice, Matilda. The other thing that got me excited was they had a bunch of movies on sale for $1, of course. It's a dollar store. And they had on the front of their window RoboCop. And I'm like, man, I wouldn't mind having it. And on Blu-ray, too, out of all things. So I haven't cracked it open yet. I haven't had a chance to see if this is any good or if it's what I paid for, kind of thing. There's a bunch of movies in there. And there was one on, oh, gosh, Batman Animation. And I just missed grabbing it. Some other kid grabbed it for me. So I let him walk out of the store with it, and I didn't take it from him. The other thing I was going to show. So yeah, just let me. Okay, you can hear me better. Okay, it's probably because I'm closer to my laptop. I gotta hook some type of microphone up to it. I got plenty of microphones. Just having time to do something like that. I don't know. I gotta stop making excuses and just do it. But I sent some books out. All of a sudden, I sent some books out to a friend of mine because he was going to a Comic-Con. He said, "Hey, this artist, and this artist are going to be there. Are there any ones that you're interested in? And if they're, if you are, hey, I'll take a couple of your books if you want to, and I'll get them signed for you." And I was like, "Yeah, He said Art Adams, so I was like, "Yeah, I had a nice run of JLA Scary Monsters that Art Adams did the covers for, and Chris Claremont did the writing for." Hey, I'm Kenny Catwalker. How's it going? Hope you can hear me. Matilda was saying she had a hard time hearing my voice, so I'm just hoping it comes through okay. But like I said, there was a bunch of other artists there, but I didn't want to boggle him down with a bunch of my books. He's the one paying the admission. He's the one going to this, and I want him to be able to get his stuff done. But he offered it, so I sent him 6 books, and I was like, man, I want to definitely, get these signed. So that's what he did. I mean, he got them signed for me, and he did such an awesome job. And the YouTuber I'm talking about that reached out to me and asked me was Cholula, HOC, but he goes by Cholula Comics. He has a YouTube channel. He also has an Instagram channel. And this guy's like a brother to me. We've been friends like for a long time. Oh, okay, man. Well, have a good day at work. Don't work too hard, bro. Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, I mean, I can sit here all day and tell you how much I appreciate him. He knows how much I appreciate him. I mean, Jonathan's just such a great person. Got to meet him in person last year, which was awesome. Got to meet him and his wife. I didn't get to meet his kids yet, but I got to meet him and his wife. And his wife got to meet my wife, and it was cool. It was a great time. But let me get to the books, right? So this is number 2, signed by Art Adams, and it's done in silver. Hopefully that comes out okay. Show it back here so you can see the cover. But it's just a 6-part series, and I have a bunch of books signed by Art Adams, but they're all Marvel. I didn't have any DC, so I really wanted to get some books that he's done for DC. This cover here, I like this cover, and so does Jonathan. Wonder Woman kind of underwater there. I had 2 copies, and I told Jonathan, I said, well, hey, I got 2 copies in there. Just go ahead and keep the other one. So that's what he did. He kept it. I told him to keep it. I should have sent them more books, but sometimes these mailers that you get from YouTubers, or maybe, I don't know how they get them. I just know I get them whenever something gets sent to me, and they're sent in these. You can't pack them with a lot of books some of the time, so I wasn't able to send like any other books along with, with the books that I was asking for him to get signed for me. Sorry. There. And I noticed too he dated this one. And usually Art Adams doesn't date the books, at least on the ones that I've had before. I can't remember if he's ever really put the date next to his name. Here's number 4. So this is a 6-part series, and so I got him to sign 2 through 6. I didn't have issue 1, and there was a whole deal with I wasn't sure if Art Adams did the cover for issue 1 because I couldn't see it in my CLZ app that it showed his name, but then Jonathan noticed that he found out his and showed me. He said, "Now look, see, it says Art Adams did the cover." So I was like, "Cool." So I told him, I said, "I'm going to be on the hunt for that one." How you doing, JPL? Flash Comics. How's it going, man? Thanks for coming in. I'm just showing some books that I got signed by Art Adams that I sent out to a friend of mine. who has a YouTube channel, Jonathan, also known Cholula Comics on YouTube. He got some books signed for me. It's really cool. But Art Adams, I like his signature. It's simple, and it usually fits like in a nice size little square. I made picture windows. For anyone who doesn't know what those are, I'll show what I mean by that. That's so you can take your book, you can give it right to the artist. They don't have to worry about, manhandling your book. It also gives them like a little spot where you cut a window out of the plastic, or they can just sign right in that little box, And it also saves you time to pull the book out, and have to sit there and hold the book in its raw form, out of the bag and board. And with the signature on it, hopefully they don't rub. So this way, like with these, with Sharpies, they dry pretty quick. With paint pens, it takes them a while to dry. So if you got these picture windows on there, you can kind of almost stack them like this. Don't have to worry about the book bending because it's in a bag and board, of course, and protects it a little bit easier for you to be able to carry them away. Oh, well, thank you for jumping in, man. You can stay as long as you want. I'm going to be on here a long time. I got plenty of books to show. If you like comic books. And then he threw in this book. He asked me if I had this book, and it was the promotional book that they were giving out when the movie Venom came out. And I told him, I said, no, I don't have it. He says, hey, if you want more than one, just let me know. And I said, no, I just need one, So he sent me this Venom. It's pretty sweet from the movie. You were only able to get these books at the theater that you went to that had them for the promotional part of it. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. And to show you what the picture windows, what I'm talking about, this is what I do. It was something I learned from my brother, and I know my brother AG Surfer learned it from another YouTube channel. But I just basically I take like a thicker piece of cardboard, stick it down in there, figure out where I want them to sign on the. Well, I leave the book in there first, and I kind of figure out, okay, where do I want the picture? And I take this tape. It's a blue masking tape for packing and stuff, and I kind of make a little window, what I want. Then I pull the book out. I put a piece of cardboard, thick cardboard, down in there, and I just cut out the square, pull out the plastic, and boom, voila. Now that part's exposed on your book, and when the artist goes to sign, he's signing his name in that little package right there that you make for him, and they're not really, touching the cover of your book. And you can just take this and just stack something else around top of it. It's probably about that much space between where he just signed and where you're going to put the other book. But usually that should be enough, as long as you're not taking the books and rubbing them or squishing them down. That should pretty much protect your signature you just got. And that's what I did, and it made it easier for him just to be able to hand him a book, grab a book, hand him a book, grab a book. And I asked him to send those back to me because I might use them for other books down the road. Because plastics and boards can become very expensive. And what's pretty cool is, I didn't think about this, but Jonathan, he wrote on the tape what color he wanted to use, so he wouldn't have to sit there and second guess. So as soon as he pulled this book, he's like, okay, I'm going to use black for this one. I'm going to use silver for this one. So it was easier for him to do that. Normally I write on the back, but he just gave me an idea. When I make these windows now, that'd be easier to do that. Just write the color I want right there, and I just hand him the book and the pen, be done. Because the quicker you get off of an artist's table, for signatures that is, the better it is for you, because then you can really sit back and you can chat with them after they're done, and you can kind of get out of the way for other people to come in, especially if they're doing commissions, and when most artists, when they see you have like something done like that, they're appreciative. Others, they have an idea of where they want to sign. I tell you now, if you ever get anything done by Chris Claremont, always do it over the logo. Just give him that whole space. Make a little window, give him that whole space, because that's normally where he likes to sign. And if you're gonna make those windows, it's best that you look at some signatures on YouTube or through Google on that artist that you want to get a signature from, so you can get an idea of like how long their name is, if it's more long, if it's more wide, kind of thing. So you can kind of give yourself that extra little space for them to sign their name. So that's what I got from my brother Jonathan, who did that for me. And yeah, I couldn't be more happy. Now I got those books signed. Like I said, that JL Scary Monsters, that's just a 6-part series. And I mean, honestly, I found those books for all for $1. They're not that expensive, but I was stoked. I went to my other comic book store, and sure enough, lo and behold, I did have a number one of that series on hold. I just wish I would have went to them a lot sooner, because then I could have got all of them signed by our Adams. And the next person I'd want to get on here would be Chris Claremont. And then I thought, and if I ever see these other writers or artists or inkers, it'd be cool to get them also sign all of them, because I would eventually like to get this whole run slabbed, just because whenever I get a book that has multiple signatures on it, especially of artists, writers, or inkers that I like, and I can get them all in one book, I want to get it slabbed to preserve it, or at least put them in a top loader. It's just to protect it. I mean, these books aren't like going for crazy money, so I don't care. Usually I will slab a book only if it's $100 or more, because then that's something I can pass down to my kids. But for me, it's just because of all the artists. I mean, because of the artists that are involved in this story and the writer and stuff like that. That's why I really like this book. It's really stoked. And I told Jonathan I would definitely, or Cholula, I keep saying Jonathan, well, he goes by Jonathan too. I told him as soon as I find the other issues to that, I'm going to hook him up too, so he has that whole series. The other thing that Jonathan did for me, which was awesome, I say Jonathan, okay. You guys know who I mean though when I say that, hopefully. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, JPL. Like I said, that was something I learned from my brother, AG Surfer, and I know that's something he learned from another YouTuber that he started watching. Just like the little tabs that I put on, well, this one doesn't have it, but anytime I put a comic book in a brand new bag and board, I make little tabs on the back where the tape are, so that way when I go to open my book, I can just peel that piece of tape off without jacking up the plastic or whatnot, or having it to where when I go to pull the book out, the tape sticks to the book. Pull it off real quick, slap it on the back, pull the book out, safe condition, put it back in, put the tab on. It makes it easier to open them up too. That's another trick I learned from my brother, who also learned it from another YouTuber. The one thing I was going to say about Cholula was that he actually presses books too. He presses and cleans comic books. So that's what he did. He got my book signed, and then he says, "Hey man, I'm gonna press these for you too, get them cleaned, because down the spine, actually this one actually has one. Probably won't see it that great. But right over here, it's not a tick. Well, yeah, you can kind of see right there. It's just a little indent, right? It's just like something was pressed right there and just kind of pushed it in a little. And it won't pop out and make it flat by itself. That doesn't bother me too much. But, I mean, Jonathan saw it. He's like, hey, dude, I can take those out for you. So he did. And so all those books that he sent back to me, they're clean, pressed, everything. I mean, and they just look awesome. He does such a great job of pressing and cleaning comic books that whenever he offers, I take him up off it. I take him up on his offer because he does such a great job. Stumbling over my words. I think the coffee's finally starting to kick in. Okay, that's what I just showed. All right. Oh, thanks. And then while I was at that comic book store and I picked up issue 1 of JLS Scary Monsters, I figured I'd grab a couple other books that were in my box that I have there on hold. So I grabbed this one. It's The Spectacular Spider-Man 200. It's a full cover. It's done by, now it's better here because I can see it, Sal Buscema. And it's actually signed by him. And this one is, oh, what do you write? You wrote the number. Where is it? Oh, I guess it's not on this one. Here's the cover anyways. He signed it. Now I didn't meet him. It was the book was already signed. Usually I don't grab books that are already signed unless they have like this little bad boy in the back, because then I know that whoever had this book before me took the time to pay, because I believe you have to pay for those if you want something like that, just to say, it's certification. But even if I were to send this in to get it graded through CBCS, they're going to still charge me the $20 to basically say that that is that's authentic, that they authenticize whatever. I can't think of words right now. I need a dictionary. But just say that that is his signature. So either way, I'd still have to pay the $20. But when I see that, that lets me know that the person who had this book before me at least took the time to get that done. So I appreciate whoever did that, whoever owned this book before. Hey, Tebow, Vincho C, what's up, guys? What's up, brother Tat? Thanks, man. Hey, no. Thank you, Tebow, for correcting me on that post I did on Instagram a while back ago about Masters of Kung Fu. I can't remember the issue number, but I was saying that one was a variant and one was director's. Thank you for correcting me on that, bro. I really appreciate that. I never took the time to look that up. I was just going off of what a YouTuber told me, like, God, that I saw like years ago, that was showing books that would have a slash through the barcode, and he was saying that that was a variant, and it's not. That was just the way the company back then that was distributing out books. That was their way of tracking and marking books that were going to so and so places, so they wouldn't mix up books, because some would go to newsstands, others would go to stores. So that's why they did that. But I was just going off what he said, so I just want to say thank you again, Tebow, for questioning me on that and asking me to look it up. I appreciate that, because I definitely don't want to get on any wrong information. So if I ever do something wrong, I don't mind if someone corrects me. Honestly, I don't. And we have Davis Comic Finds in here. We have C Wooder 19. How's it going, everybody? And yeah, some of the earlier, exactly. But they're still cool to find, because sometimes to find those in the wild, at least where I'm at, it's kind of a dime a dozen. It really doesn't change how I feel about a book if it has it on there, but it's still pretty cool if you have like different versions of certain books that you like to collect. I mean, that's how I see it, or just like toys or collectibles. But then I do love this series. This was one of the series that basically got me into liking Wolverine, getting a little bit know more about him. So I picked this one up for $1. Had it for a while. I do have this one signed by Chris Claremont, and I do have the whole series 1 through 6. And I believe I have a second one, but it's Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. And like I said, I have this one signed by Chris Claremont. And like I said, he always signs up right where the signature is. But I love this story. And at that comic book store, how you can tell if the book's worth $1, they usually write like they put a slash on the back of the backboard. So if you're going through the Walmart boxes, you're not sure the price, because some of their stuff doesn't get priced. You look at that, boom, it's $1. And then I grabbed Magic 3. This is from a four-issue series. This one was also just $1. I believe I have one. I think I have number 1. I got number 3. Oh, thanks. Thanks, JPL. Yeah, I met Chris Claremont years ago. Oh, I always have Monday off. I got it off from the kids, because all the kids are in school. If you're me, that's word me, C Wooder. Then I grabbed 2 copies of this, and I mainly grabbed it. I grabbed it for a lot of reasons, to be honest. One was that it's a series I do collect, and I'm trying to complete this run too, Excalibur. And then it was also just $1. It has sweet. I think this cover looks awesome, to be honest with you. And it's I didn't have this issue, so it's Excalibur number 6. Got Nightcrawler on the front. I'm not sure who he's holding there. I think there's Kitty Pryde there though, and then there's not Dark Phoenix, but I can't think it's Phoenix. And I got both of these. They're for $1. And I was trying to get in and out of there, and then when I got out of there, I realized that both of them were, one's director, one's newsstand. So, oh well. Either way, I just grabbed it for $1. That's not bad. I can read one and put one off to the side. So that was the last stuff I picked up from them. Then I sent some books out to Mr. Rigor Mortis. Mr. Rigor Mortis, I like to call him Riggedy Giggity. He also reached out to me and said, hey, I'm going to a con pretty soon, and here's some of the artists that are going to be there. If there's any of these artists there that you see you like, let me know, and I'll see what I can do if I can hook you up against some signatures. And I said, sweet, because I've never met any of these artists that he got these books signed for me, and I was really stoked to send him these. And I asked him to send the books back in the bags and boards I sent him in, because I figured he already went all out, took these books, handled my books for me to a con, and got them signed by artists, that I didn't want him to also throw them in new bags and boards. I figured he already did enough for me, and you know, I can take them back the way I sent it to him. I have no problem with that, because I wanted to replace these ones anyways, and I figured he already did enough for me. I didn't want him to do that. Of course, he's like, oh dude, I want to send them back to you the way they are. He goes, I'd rather send them back to you in fresh boards so they present better. And I said, hey bro, it's all good, man, trust me, I'm fine with it. So I like to talk a lot. This one is Leonardi. That's how I pronounce his last name. And this is Spider-Man number 17. Of course, it's a freaking awesome cover. I had plenty of books I could have sent to him. I had plenty of books I could have sent to Jonathan, but I didn't want to overwhelm Jonathan, just like I didn't want to overwhelm Mr. Rigor Mortis, because I knew he was going there also, you know, get books for himself. I didn't want him to have to worry about me. But I did the picture window for him too. I looked up how, I believe it's Rick Leonardi, how he signs, and I got an idea of like the length of his name. So he said he sent it back to me in the picture frame. I did. And I found my other copy of this one. I thought, should I send both of them? Like, nah, I don't want to be greedy. One's fine enough. Oh yeah, Matilda. No, I still got it. I got it written down. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow I just got to do something with my car. Sorry. Do something with my car. And once I get home, should be kid-free for a couple hours, I'll be able to sit down and draw. And I plan on drawing that for you soon. Excuse me. This one's Kevin Nolan, Alpha Flight, number 52. I was scrounging to try to find books for Kevin Nolan and Leonardi. And these are all ones I came across. But this one here is a little banged up, but I didn't care. I just figured it'd be cool to get it signed. It's Alpha Flight number 52. And yeah, Rig got it done in pink for me, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah, this has got a lot of issues. A lot of issues to it down the spine, but I don't care. I just figured it'd be cool to get this signed by him. It's in pink. Oh, thanks. This was the one though, because I asked him, I said, do you know of any books that Kevin Nolan has done that you could think of off the top of your head, so that way I have an idea, because you know, when I haven't looked at a book in a while and I haven't seen like that artist's name in a long time, it's like I forget, and that's simple. So it was cool. Kevin Nolan did sign this book, but it was because Rig sent it. But Rig showed me a picture of this cover here, the Joker, New Gods, Gunfire, and it's showcase 94. But the issue is 1 of 12. When he showed me this cover, then I was able to kind of get an idea, okay, what his initials look like on a book, and then boom, I was just finding books left and right of his that I do have. So then I was really happy to send him this one. Good job. So that's pretty cool. I got that one signed for me. This one's also banged up, but like I said, let's grab books. This is Kevin Nolan also. It's Batman, The New Adventures. This is 412. Alright. Says I got 0 what? Oh, Matilda, if you're talking about trading me something for it, then I'll leave it up to you. Whatever you want to do, I don't care. I don't need to really trade anything for it when I do it for you. I just see I'll do it because I can. So, but if you feel like you want to send me something back, then I'll leave it up to you. If you don't, it's all good. I'm not worried. This is Nightfall Batman 500. So by Kevin Nolan. This one looks like it was done in white. I can see it. I don't know how well it's going to come out on the camera, because it looked like the pen might have started to dry out, but either way, I know it's there. It doesn't bother me. But sometimes with these covers, if there's any type of foil to it at all, or any type of shine to it, sometimes the markers won't show up. One thing that was told to me by Randy, my uncle Randy, was when I took him. What was it, 375? Amazing Spider-Man. Look at this number. It had that full cover to it. So, you know, he was sitting there. He was rubbing my book. He was rubbing right on on Venom's arm, and he was telling me, "Hey, I'm not messing up your book." And I said, "No, I trust you. Whatever you're doing, I'm pretty sure you got reasons for it." And he said, "Well, I'm rubbing it there to basically take a little bit of, not the film, but just kind of like make it have a little bit more of a texture to it. So when he goes to sign the ink, whatnot, or the pinks that's I was using, would actually get onto the cover, so it wouldn't just be on the top surface, so it, you know, it wouldn't smear, it wouldn't wipe off. So sometimes those books, if that isn't done, then that's what's going to happen. Your signature is just going to come right off. I mean, it'd just be like a what do you call those? Whiteboards, I believe. That's what my daughter uses. She likes to play school at home. But then on regular covers, you know, it doesn't matter. It would just go right in. And then this one was also signed. This one's signed by Leonardi. And this is Cloak and Dagger number 1. Oh, you're more welcome, JPL. You take care too, man. Do I have anything in mind? Top of my head, I couldn't really think of anything. Cause I got a lot of Daredevil prints that I have to still hang up in my house. I don't know. Just draw me anything, Matilda. I don't mind. Draw me anything. If you like I said, if you feel inclined that you have to send me something back, then you can draw me anything. Just surprise me. Trust me, I'll like it. I'm not going to be picky. Spider-Man 2099. This is also done by Leonardi, and this is number 4. Because that was the one thing I was trying to find, mainly for Leonardi, was, if I'm pronouncing his last name right, is I wanted to find a bunch of these Spider-Man 2099, especially number 1. But the number 1s I have aren't the ones that he did the covers for. It was done by different artists, so I wasn't going to send those. But so I sent the ones that definitely have his initials on it. Here's number 19. Oh, that one was done in AG blue. This one's done in purple. I'll try and give you a close up on that. I thought that was a unique color to choose. I think Rig chose some really sweet colors to go on these covers, because sometimes, you know, I prefer actually not to see the signature, which is kind of funny. Here I'm getting a signature and I prefer not to see it, but I like if it can blend in, because then it's something that, you know, if I don't have it slabbed and I ever got the book, I look and go, oh, I do have a signature. You know, it's kind of a surprise. Like this one's done in, I want to say, yeah, this one's done in green. This one's cool. I love green. And this is number 35 versus 2099 80 Venom. That was pretty cool. Sorry. What's cool is in this series here, there is a connecting cover that they do have of the 2099 Venom and the 2099 Spider-Man, where it makes a really cool cover. That's pretty sweet. Okay, and then I'll show the books to you that Frost gave me, which, like, I told him he didn't have to, but he did. He just wanted to give me something for helping him out, and I said, dude, you know, whenever I can help out a friend, if I can do it, and I have the time, I will do it. I don't expect anything in return. I really don't. I just like to be able to help people when I can, and I was just able to yesterday, which was great. So find new places. Slide that over. Alright, so yeah, Frost gave me some comic books. I was like, wow, man, this is awesome. He didn't have to, but he did. And he didn't think I'd dig this one as much as I do, but I really do. Cover or not, I own it now. It's in my PC. Of course, this is Amazing Spider-Man. The number is eluding me right now because it doesn't have the cover. I guess that's the importance of a cover, so you know what number it is, unless you have to read the very fine print. But this is the first appearance of Black Cat, so you know it's coverless. But I remember Frost getting this book, but he just wanted to give it to me. He wanted to say thank you so much for helping him, which honestly I don't feel like I did enough to earn what he gave me. But you know, he just wanted to give me something, so I appreciate you, Frost. You know I do. And you didn't have to do this, but thank you. I really do appreciate that book. Winter Soldier number 1. Of course, this is the new series. keep them in this box until I can get them in a different box. Black Lightning number 9, it's 35 center. I love these old covers. And I don't have any of these books in my PC. This is number 7. And then he gave me a book to read. He asked me, he says, "You read books?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." What he meant to say was, "Do I read graphic novels, or any type of book besides comic books? Is that the comic book related?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, I'll definitely borrow it, take care of it, and when I'm done reading it, I'll give it back. I just told him, I said, for me, it's easier on my days off to read a book, because I don't have to worry about going to bed on time. This is number 2. I can stay up late as I want. Read, draw. This one's cool, though. Karate Kid number 1. I don't believe I have this one, but I do have a couple of issues of this book. I only have one watching now. It looks like everybody had to go. So thanks for everybody who was able to stop in and hang out with us for a while. It was cool. Matilda, I believe you're still here. I'm just going off what's on my screen there. Here is JSA. And this one is a connecting cover. If you hark me, hold up. This is number 69, number 68. I'll show 68 first. I do have, I can't remember if it's this cover I have, or if it's this one, but there's another part that goes to it too. Just beautiful work. I believe this is Alex Ross. Only positive it is. Yes, please. That'd be cool. I think it'd be better if you surprise me, Matilda, because then if I don't know what it is, it'll definitely be a surprise. But if I give you clues, then I'll kind of already figure, okay, she might be sending me this or sending me that. This way I'll be surprised. I like that. See, that'll make it even more better. Here's Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix. And I remember seeing these books. I believe this is like a mini-series too. Or it didn't go for that long. He gave me this book. This is number 2. And I haven't dove into this yet, but I'm guessing that boy right there has got to be no other than I had his name in my head. Oh jeez, he was just in the Deadpool movie too, number 2. Oh man. I'll come in a few minutes. I'm gonna have his toy right there. No, not Bishop. Jiminy Christmas. God, it'll come to me in a little bit. Cable. Cable. Famous picture Cable. Here's a book I've never seen before. Super Villains. This is pretty sweet. It's a number 4. It's a 30 center. DC. Cover's got a lot going on there. It looks like Sinestro's. Holding back the arm. That could be Gorilla Grodd. I'm not sure. So I've never seen this book before. This book though I have seen, and it's crazy because I remember seeing this book on the internet. Can't remember what website, but somebody was selling this book for crazy money, and I'm like, what is so like important or like Cable? That's Jean Grey and Scott Summers' child. You see his first cameo, or pretty much I consider to be his first appearance in X Factor. And they sent him in the future. Yeah, it's Cable. Yeah, not Cable like you watch on TV, but or maybe that's right. But yeah, I believe that could be him because I see like the little scar by his eye and a mechanical arm, so it just makes me think of like that's Cable. Cause I believe that's supposed to be Scott Summers on the front cover. That makes me think of Cable because on the other side of his eye there, kind of got the markings there, and so it's making me think it's him. I haven't dove into the book yet to really determine. But this is Marvel Superheroes Contest of Champions number 1. And somebody was selling this name for crazy money. And I was just trying to figure out, okay, like, what is the significance of this book? And I never determined the significance of this book. But I don't believe it goes for that much, to be honest. The guy was going to sell it for $1, and I was like, okay, well, I saw how much someone was selling for. I thought, well, maybe I'll grab it. And then, if I don't have any connection to it, it'd be easy to flip. But since I got these from Frost, I'm definitely going to keep them. Here's Avengers Spotlight with Hawkeye on the front cover, which I'm surprised he actually gave me this one. because he's a huge Hawkeye fan. And I know it's not like a Hawkeye book, but it's a Spotlight, so I don't know, front cover. Yeah, it could be him. I'll have to look in the book, determine. They sent me Super Pro, and these books aren't bad. It's supposed to be about a superhero, plays football and stuff like that, I believe. I just remember I bought this book. I have two different covers of this. One's a Jisco cover, and the other one, oh gosh, I can't remember the artist's name right now. So I'm not going to try to butcher it. But I bought the book mainly because I knew the artist was going to be at this Comic-Con that I was going to, so I had him sign all my Super Pro books. But these you can usually get for like $1. And you know, to try to get this character more hype, they would bring in Spider-Man, they would bring in Captain America. I think they even brought in Daredevil a couple times. I don't think they ever brought in the Punisher. That was number 1. This is number 4. And here's number 5. Yeah, I can't say I've ever read these. I only bought them because, like I said, I knew there was going to be an artist there that signed, or that could sign that book for me, so that's the reason why I bought them back in the day. Never read them though. I'll be honest, I never read them. Because I get those kicks every once in a while. It's like, even when I don't read the book, if I can make the artist get it signed, then I'll do that. Next time I figure in my head, oh, I might read it someday, and I got it signed, yay! But you know, yeah, it's not how it always works for me. Oh, I got 2 people watching now. But thank you, Matilda, for hanging out. I'm just going to crack open this beer real quick. If I can find my can. Oh, there it is. Can opener. And then I'm going to get to, if not both, at least one of the short boxes that I bought off my friend for $20. Now, I'm not going to say the books, every book in here, or a lot of the books in here are worth like sorry to use the word buttload of money. But, to me, I was really happy to buy these off of him, just for the simple fact that a lot of these in here are ones that I needed to go with my run that I wasn't looking at the time of completing, because I'm trying to complete 2 or 3 other series at this point, so I want to kind of focus just on 3 at a time and then go from there. But I mean, I got all these for dead cheap, and I wasn't going to pass that up. Oh, one other thing I was going to show real quick. I don't know if anybody's ever seen these out in the wild. This is the first time I've ever seen one this size, for a pop figurine, that is, by Funko. And yeah, they're about $30. But I wasn't going to leave this one behind because I missed on grabbing the smaller version of this. AG Surfer. Yeah, it's very cool, Frost. But this one right here, and it is freaking heavy. It's 10 inches. 10 inches tall, that is. But it's a Wicket. I showed it off on my Instagram, but after I watched the little posting I did of it, he looked very small. So, I figured this way he'd look a lot bigger. I mean, I can show you the difference between him and a regular size pop if I had one to reach, but trust me, he's 10 inches tall. He's heavier than, you know, he's heavier than my youngest kid. About, well, no, actually, he's a little bit lighter. My smallest kid is a lot heavier than this. But I was pretty excited because when I saw him, I grabbed him, and I was walking around the store, and I kept debating if I wanted to buy him or not. But when I saw the ones on the back, I asked the guy at the store, I'm like, hey, you know, at Target, I said, do you think they're going to come out with any of these ones this size? And he said, no. He said, mostly they just send him like one of a character off the back. They just do that so you know what series it goes with. I thought, gosh, man, if they have a Darth Vader, that I would not hesitate on. So, yeah, big, huge 10-inch Wicket from Star Wars. They had the owl from Harry Potter, and, oh gosh, they had one other one there. Can't remember what movie or pop culture it's from. But yeah, they're like $30 at Target. And that was the last one they had of him, so I grabbed it. I was like, you know, I'll get it. Yeah, it's huge, huh? Wicket, that is. It's huge. Okay, I'm just going to move this real quick. Where can I put it? Mr. Bill, move over. Put you guys there. I'll get to the books and then the short box. Go from there. So I have a little spot right here. I'm just going to lay down the books. The one thing my friend did, which was pretty cool, he did have these marked with little tabs on the plastic to kind of give me an idea of what was in there. Because he told me there should have been a bunch of Marvel team-ups, should have been some Thor books, some Avenger books, some Spider-Man books, and I think the Spider-Man books are mostly all the Marvel team-ups. But I paid $20 for this box, and I can tell you there's more than 20 books in here. So basically, I paid $1 a book, and after that, everything else is free. And the condition of some of these books is questionable, but like a big brother told me, who's in here, he said, you know, for these yearbooks and things like that, for the year they came out and stuff, he says, as long as the cover's still attached, as long as there isn't any rusty staples, any big tears, rips in the book, he says, dude, there should be nothing wrong with having those books in your collection. And so he made me start thinking a little bit better about that, or maybe start thinking a little bit more about that. So I decided, you know what, these are great books. I don't have any of them, don't have any of these books, and I am trying to also, you know, collect these Marvel team-ups. So it's cool. Now I got a little bit more earlier ones that I haven't been able to find. So here's the first one. This is Marvel Team-Up Spider-Man and Falcon, number 30, 25 center. Excuse me. And some of these I started already putting in plastics and new boards and plastics, so I got to go through all of them and do that. Some didn't even come in boards and plastics, but still I don't mind. I'd probably replace them anyways if they did. Here's number 49. That's Iron Man and Spider-Man. Here's number 64 with yeah, Daughters of the Dragon. I guess they're in they're in this book along with Iron Fist. See Iron Fist down at the bottom. So there it comes out. It's right down there. Here is number 76. Oh, Doctor Strange. I know TiVo is a huge Doctor Strange fan. Here's number 80. So he's got most of these books, to be honest with you. He's got most of them where the numbers are pretty close, so that's nice. And then some of them are kind of sporadic. But, I mean, I know he just bought these books. He wasn't buying them mainly for value, money-wise, going up. He buys them because he's a collector. He loves to read books, and I know he's read all these books. He's told me that. Here's number 83. So that was one of the other reasons why it made me decide, okay, you know, I'll definitely buy these boxes for $20. You know, I mean, the craziest thing is there's no water damage to them, and I know he was just buying them at flea markets and things like that. So, you know, it wasn't like these were in his collection this whole time. He bought them off of somebody else. So here's number 85. You got a lot of people in here. Shang-Chi, Black Widow, and Nick Fury all in here. So number 85. Here's number 86. Here's number 88. Here's number 93. Got two copies of this one for some reason. I think because one was banged up and he wanted to upgrade. The reason why he was getting rid of some of his books is because he said, like, when he moved back in with his dad, and his dad wanted him to kind of lighten up on how much stuff he was bringing over to his house. So that was one of the reasons. And he said the other reason is because he's already read these books, and he doesn't really have like a decent amount of them to consider like he has a collection of the series. So he figured, you know, I'm just going to stick with the ones that I'm still collecting today, and maybe some of the ones that have big runs-ups, and I'm going to keep those until I decide I want to sell them. But he said these ones are just kind of all over the place, so he didn't want to like hold on to them anymore. Alright, here's number 93. So here's the double of it. Sorry for the glare. If there's glare, I can see it on my end. Here's number 94. The Shroud. I remember seeing these books at Toys R Us because the big old logo on the top. Here's number 98. That's when Toys R Us used to carry books. Back in the mid 70s through the 80s, that I can remember. Here's 101. Here is 122. Oh, yeah, I know you do, Davis. I've seen a few of your team up books, man. You have a sweet collection. I can tell you what, Davis, if I ever look to get rid of these, you'll be the first one I will talk to. Because I know I might have some in here that you don't have. So if I ever do plan on getting rid of these, dude, you'll be the first one I talk to. Or if I come across any, let's say if I like the story after I read it, and if I feel I have a good chunk of this, I'm sorry, this is 124, a good chunk of this series for me to keep collecting it, then I'll just send you my doubles. Hey, Doomsday Comics, what's up? Here's number 127. This is also a pretty cool cover, snow cover. I don't think you see too many snow covers lately. At least I haven't. Well, no, there was the Cho cover of Batman where he was in the snow. And what was it? There was just, well, there's the famous cover of Iron Fist, which is the first appearance of Sabretooth. They're in the snow. Here's number 129. This one's a little banged up. The next one's definitely banged up. But I've seen these in the wild, so I know, you know, if I like the story and I want to upgrade it later, and just, you know, like I said, give these to someone that I know collects them. That's what I'll do. Because I know I've seen this cover. That was issue 129, by the way. Here is 131. This one's banged to crap. This looks like a book. And the condition that it's in, this looks like the book that my youngest son would get from one of the comic book stores I frequent. Whenever I take him in there, the guy's always throwing him books like this. Which I think is cool. I mean, he's willing to give my son free comic books, you know, so my son has something to read. But he's really into a book right now called Dogma. Dogman or Dog... Not Dogma. Dogman. This is 131. So I've been trying to find him those books so he can read those. There's like, I think there's like 6 of them right now. And then here's 137. I did glance through this one because this one looked pretty cool. It's Aunt May and Franklin Richards versus Galactus. And at the very end of this, I want to say toward the end of this book, I haven't a chance to really dive into it. But usually when I get books, I'll thumb through them real quick just to see if there's anything, like if there's a bent corner that I want to flatten back out before I put it in here to kind of flatten it down some. But there's a part in here where Stan Lee's in this issue, and I believe he's having a dream about this going on. But it looked pretty funny. So can't wait to dive into that book. Check it out a little further. Not done yet with the team-ups. So bear with me, everybody. I do have a copy of this one already. This one looks like to be a little bit better condition than the one I have. This is 144. Moon Knight on there. Whoops, sorry. I'll hold it back here. That's probably better. Glare. Yeah, that's better. Here is number 145. That's Whiplash. On the cover. Oh, Backlash. My bad. Be close to Whiplash. Yeah. Back in the day, they started running out of names and just would rhyme something like a Dr. Seuss book. That's just my opinion. Not to say that characters are easy to come up with. I believe this is Full Killer on the front cover here. That's pretty cool. This is number 147. Torch. And in this one here, I did not realize it was a connecting cover until I laid them all out. And I thought in this one, I thought, gosh, there must be some water damage or something going on with the front cover because it looks like some stuff got bubbled up. But nope, that's the front cover. That's what the artist wanted to do, and I believe this is a 5-part series, but it all connects. It'd be hard for me to put together, but maybe when I get issue 5, I will line them all up, take a picture, and show it on Instagram. These ones I was thinking about sending to Jonathan Cholula Comics to have him pressed because I can kind of feel there's a little bit of waviness to them. But this is What If Age of Ultron. This is number 1. I said I didn't realize there were connecting covers because on every cover here there is a picture of Ultron until like I started laying down by each other. Oh, Killer stinks. He probably does. But yeah, these are all connecting covers. So I thought that was pretty neat. This was all I had left of my bags and boards to put in. Iron Man there's Ultron, but they all connect. I'm a sucker for connecting covers. This is number 3. Ultron's got Thor by the neck on that one. Pity the fool. And good one, AG. This is number 4. And I'm trying to remember. 5th one has a character on there. I'm trying to remember who it is, but it's more of a close-up of this character's face. You can look it up. It doesn't look like I pity the fool killer. Never a dull moment. Love you guys. But yeah, it's. I saw the cover because I wanted to see what it at least looked like. So if I'm out in the wild and I find it, that'd be great. Okay, so here is a few issues of the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is issue 5. So this one can, I mean, like a lot of these can definitely use a pressing. These are reprints. It's number 5. Oh, let me take the tab off. I don't think I need those on there anymore. All the rest of the books I'm going to show you now, they all need to be put in new bags and boards. I'll pull that one closer because there's so much on going on the cover. As you can see, this bag is seeing better days. Here's number 5, did I say? Yep. Here's number 7. This one, you'll appreciate AG Surfer because right on the front is Surfer. Silver Surfer. Right there, sorry. It's a bad glare. Let's see, pull it back a little better. Nope, can't see it. There you go. That's pretty cool. Like I said, these ones, I don't know why I'm showing them because I definitely have to replace the bag sports. That was number 8. This is number 9. Sorry. There we go. Okay, Matilda, you have a great day. Take care. Thanks for hanging out with me for as long as you did. Appreciate that. And I'll let you know when I get that drawing started of Punisher and Daredevil. Alright, let me see here. These are just a couple other books like Indiana Jones, I believe. I'll start taking the tabs off. Or maybe I'll read them on. This is Triple Action, number 4. It's got Doom on there. It's also got, hey, Silver Surfer down at the bottom. That's a pretty sweet book. I'll put that one on there because there's only one of those. And here is Adventures of Indiana Jones. This is number 6 and number 18. This one's seen better days. There's another snow cover. There you go. I was talking about you don't see too many snow covers. I've already shown, what, 2? God, my feet are getting cold out here in my garage. Alright. Here's Miss Marvel. This is number 13. This one can definitely use a pressing. Sweet, 35 center. Alright. Here's some Thor. This is issue 374, guest starring X Factor. And here's issue 323. Pretty nice. Yellow background. Here's 319. here is 216. Final. This is it. Final battle with the 4D men. That's bubble caption. I want to say that's Loki coming out of that like time warp thing, but can't really tell. Face, but it's not him. Alright, here's some Secret Wars. I remember having some of these when they came out. He's kind of got Secret Wars in here too, and then Secret Wars mixed in with it. So, this one I don't have. We've only had like 2 issues of this. This is a 9 series. This is one Beyonder. I remember the story about Beyonder. That was always a cool storyline. I remember reading the books, but having them all, no. Because sometimes I'd just go in there, this is number 1. Sometimes when I went to the comic book store when I was a kid, I would just pull the book off and I'd sit there and I'd read it. Because I didn't have anywhere else to. I didn't have anything else to really do when I got out of school, so going to the comic book store when I did, I really took advantage of it. And, you know, sat back, read a couple books. The guy at the store was really cool. He let us do that because he knew we weren't like bending the book and all that stuff, or using it, you know, as a plain paper tag, that kind of crazy crap. Here's number 3. So for most of these ones right here, I do have the whole set that I still have to pick up from one of my comic book stores. That I know will be, some of them will be better upgrades than these. So these ones I'll probably pass down to my kids, or you know, if I really want to get rid of them. If I did, I'd definitely get them pressed and cleaned first before I handed them off to anybody else. That way they got a clean copy of it. Here's number 5. So this, I want to say, was the second series to that, right? Because this was the first series. AG, correct me if I'm wrong. Secret Wars. Oh. Let me check this phone call real quick. Hey, how's it going, hon? Hello? Hey, I'm doing a live stream right now. So what's up? Okay, that's not bad. Well, we could talk about it more when you get home. Oh, it's okay. Love you. Bye. My wife said sorry, guys, but then, of course, she doesn't realize you guys can't hear her. Oh, man, that's funny. But this, I believe this was the first series, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. This is number 12 of the 12 series, so I don't have this one. I do have it on hold. I just dropped it, but it's okay. Jim on the front cover. And this was the one where, you know, you get Secret Wars number 8 would be the first appearance of the black suit Spider-Man, which I have. But then there's controversy behind that wasn't the first appearance of it, because there was another issue, Amazing Spider-Man, I believe it was, where he's swinging through the air carrying a person under one arm, the other one's hanging on. He's wearing a black suit, and they're saying that that's a tie-in for first place. Well, to correct all that, I have both of them. In fact, I believe I have all the 3 issues needed to basically say I have the first appearance of the black suit Spider-Man. This kind of happens when you watch so many different videos and so many people are arguing about what is the first appearance of a certain character or a different outfit that they're wearing, you know. But you know, I have all 3, so I'm good. I believe there's 3. There's 3 of them out there. But if I'm wrong about that, I know at least I have the 2. Yeah, this is the first series. So I never really got a chance to read this whole series of that, but I do want to get it so I can. Hey, Seawater, how's it going? Anytime I come across a Ghost Rider book, oops, I'm happy about that. That was another reason why I want to pull the trigger on this. Even though it's only one Ghost Rider book, I don't care. It's a Ghost Rider book. And I love Ghost Rider. And these won't go into my personal collection until I can get new bags and boards and make sure there's no smell to them and all that kind of stuff. This is number 15. Awesome cover, man. The bike looks funny though. Ghost Rider's bike. It's hilarious. Look at that. Doesn't even, to me, that does not look like a skull, dude. That looks like something that DC did back in the day of the Legion of Doom. It was their little fortress. Kind of almost looks like the top of that. But either way, it's a Ghost Rider book. Happy about that. Very happy. So yeah, put that in there. Seawater, all I'm doing is I'm just let's kind of get you caught up. I'm just showing all the books that I bought off a friend of mine at work. He was selling these short boxes. He said, hey, $20 per short box. He was kind of giving me an idea of what's in there. And so I got them from him. I took them home. And I was just looking them over, deciding if I do want to buy them off him. And I decided I did. So that's all I'm showing now. Some of these books, condition-wise, but I mean, I don't have any of these. A lot of these aren't too bad. They're still attached. Covers are still attached, that is. And they're still very readable. So that's all that matters. But like these next couple books, man, condition-wise, whew, I'd usually pass them up. But as I see it, you know, I only paid for 20 of the books, and the rest of the books in the short box are free. Oh, here's a Marvel team-up. Okay, this is Invaders number 29. And here's a Marvel team-up. This book can... Oh, man. Yeah, forgot about this book. But these weren't in my friend's, like, personal collection. Mastodon Comics and Collecting. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Of course, they are in his collection, but I mean, he didn't physically own these firsthand, you know, of course. He bought them, I want to say, at like some of the flea markets and stuff like that he would frequent up in the Portland, Seattle area and around here. This is number 31 of the Invaders. This one definitely needs a pressing. It's got wrinkles, more wrinkles than my clothes before they go in the dryer. But it's readable. It's all good. Here's number 30. But I mean, he's definitely read these books. He just didn't want them anymore in his collection. I was saying earlier, because you know, he doesn't have like full runs of this. They're sporadic numbers, and you know. But he was grabbing them at the time because he thought the covers looked interesting, and then he figured he'd read them, which he did. Because sometimes if I have questions about certain characters, I'll go and ask him, or ask my brother AG. They fill me in the info if I'm not sure about the characters. This is number 22, same title, Invaders. All these now should be Invaders. It's a pretty interesting cover. Sorry, I'm wonky. Trying to get it to where the glare, because these bags are so 70s. Here's number 21. Here's number 8. Oh, cool. Coming of Union Jack. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't believe I have. I know I don't have any of these covers at all. I might have maybe 1 or 2 books of the Invaders that I bought a while ago. Because of the artist that did the covers. Here's number 10. Here's number 11. Got Bucky on there with Captain America. Pretty sweet. I haven't had a chance to really look up these books yet to determine if there's any first appearances in these yet, so I wouldn't know. But the covers are they're pretty sweet. Especially when they're fighting against the Nazis. Because I remember, like, there was that time, you know, like, they pretty much had almost every superhero character fighting up against the Nazis because it was during that time. And I believe these are, you know, sometimes I can tell if it's a reprint or not. Other times, if I first time touching the book and I've known too much about the title, I couldn't tell if they're reprints. So if any of these are reprints, any of you out there know, just go ahead and put that in the chat there, so that way if I ever show these books again, I'll know a little bit more about it so I don't give out wrong information. So it happens from time to time, but I try to give out the best information that I can do. Oh, cool. Shogun Warriors. I remember these when I was younger. Yeah, I forgot to even have books about them. But I got a pretty good collection now of Shogun Warriors. Can't say I own any of them until now. But yeah, he's only missing, well, he's missing a few right there. From like 6 on up to 10, he's missing a few, but just missing number 1. Shogun Warriors number 2. Oh, that's cool, man. Their favorite for you when you were a kid. Nice. And mine was, I said my first book I ever bought was X-Men number 12. And I just remember I remember reading the book, but I remember just taking, you know, a little bit more time going through the pages because, you know, that book was old and, you know, condition of it wasn't that great, but I remember reading that book and just really taking care of it. And after that, it was just mainly the X-Men. And then got into Ghost Rider, I want to say, mid through my collecting. Like, after I started reading enough of X-Men, I started to spawn off, figure, okay, there's got to be other books out there just as good as the X-Men. And that's when I came across, like, Ghost Rider, Daredevil, and stuff like that. And my collection took off from there. Number 4. Number 5. I had, I had a Shogun Warrior when I was a kid. I got it for Christmas. God, he was tall. I mean, he was like one of those big, you know, plastic figurines. And I remember, like, his fist would shoot off. I used to, like, shoot it at my younger brother. When he'd come in my room, I didn't want him in my room, just number 6. But of course, I don't have that toy anymore. Oh God, that was a long time ago. I remember I had one Shogun Warrior toy when I was a kid. Here's number 10. I had a whole bunch of GoBots when I was a kid. I don't have any of those anymore. The only thing I do have is my Transformers and G.I. Joes. Oh, and here's that slash, that famous slash in the barcode. It's not a variant. It just means that was how they sent out the books back in the day. So now that I know that, got that right. Got a few of those in there, I guess. Here's number 16. And I'll probably just show this short box here, and then next time I go live, I'll show the other one. This is going forever because I'm talking too much. Here's number 18. 2 copies of that in here. So let's show that. Here's number 19. A little Fantastic Four action going on. And some more Fantastic Four. Number 20. And then I have some Marvel 2-in-1, sorry. Got some of those in here. Oh, sweet, yeah. I even got some Marvel Spotlights. I only looked at this box like once, and it was really fast, so I really didn't. I can't tell you, like, I remember everything and what covers are in here, to be honest. But let's see. Make sure I put that back. I'm thoroughly gonna go through them when I get new bags and boards. This is, yeah, Marvel 2-in-1s. This is featuring the Thing. Gosh, you got the Beast, Miss Marvel, Nick Fury, and Wonder Man. Oh, nice. Oh, right on. Here is number... Oh, looks like one of my friends has offered me a ticket to go see the Ducks play today. I'll check out that text. I don't know. Let me just see what it is real quick so I can let him know. So if it's to a sporting event, he can give the ticket to somebody else. I don't want him to not be able to do that. Oh no, he's got one extra ticket, reserved seat for Captain Marvel. He's asking me if I want to go. Sorry, let me ask him real quick. What time? And where? And how? Let me see. When am I going to see that movie? So let me get through these real quick then. This might be issue 51. I can't tell. Yeah, I'll show it real quick. It's a 40 center. Pretty nice white cover. Those big names on the front. Sure, I can squeeze that in there. Okay. Here's number 25. I can't really see it because that thing's in the way. Come on. There we go. I'll just show it like this and then put it back in the bag later. Come across a lot of those books. The comic book store in the dollar bins, number 32. Sometimes even in the 50-cent bins, I come across a bunch of these books. Here's number 43. Here's number 79. Yeah, this one. Like I said, none of these are in order. I'll bend the corner back to fix that. Here is number 57. Sorry for the glare. Here's number 27. Deathlock in there. Number 9. Thor and Fantastic Four. Man, I'm getting texts from a lot of people. Hey, the comic guy, I have to check, see what he has to say. Number 12. I know he ain't off for me to go see a movie. He's all the way in New York. It'll be a far trip to go see a movie. Number 13. Oh, he's sending me an image. Here is number 15. Here's number 18. Here's number 20. And the last one, number 24. I don't even know how long I've been on. I've probably been on this thing for an hour now, huh? Or maybe more than an hour. This book back in there. I do want to thank everybody that's in here right now. Thank you. Hanging out with me and watching me go through all these books. I guess this could be the last deck I'll go through. The rest is Battlestar Galactica. This is Marvel Spotlights. This is number 3. This is number 16. Number 27. Number 26. Number 1, Marvel Comics Groups presents Marvel Spotlight on Captain Marvel. Oh, yeah, I might be able to make that. Probably take my boys to go see that movie then. Here is number 3. 2 of them. Here's number 5. This is Dragon Lord. And here is number 6. This is Star-Lord. The saga begins. I think I know where he got this book because there's a slash on the back of it, and I think he got this from one of my comic book stores that I go to a lot, because there's a slash on the back, and usually that means it's $1. Here's number 7, Star Lord. Here's number 9 of Captain Universe. Spotlight. Got number 10. Oops, sorry. Doubles with that one. Warriors 3. Of course, those are the who's that hung out with Thor. You're right. Banged up, but readable. And number 11 of the Captain Universe. Alright. Goes back. I don't think I need to show the Battlestar Galactica. That's more of a spotlight. Last one's the Return of the Jedi. I'll show those ones. So Return of the Jedi 1. The 4-part series. Number 2. Star Vader. Number 3. Number 4. And a free tick book. Yay. And Judge Dredd. 2080 free book. So, yeah, that's all that's in this one besides those Shogun, or no, Battlestar Galactica ones. Alright. Goes away. Put it right. Alright. So any of you that are still watching, if you have any questions or anything, or want to ask me anything before I sign off, so I'm gonna put these away. My feet are getting cold out here in my garage. I mean, it's cold. Should put on some thicker socks. Wait to see if any of you do. In the box. Okay, well, just want to thank everybody that came in here today. And you'll see, Master Don Comics and Collecting, thank you. Comics of the Bueller. Oh man, sorry, bro. I didn't, your symbol almost looks like some of these other ones on here, so I didn't see that. How you doing, Comics of the Bueller? Matilda, of course, my brother AG Surfer, Davis Comic Finds, thank you, TiVo, or Longbox. Thank you for coming in here too, man. Appreciate that. JPL Flash Comics and Geekdom, thank you. He has a lot of live streams on his YouTube account, and he does a great job. And he also does a lot on his Instagram page. And then C. Wooder, thanks, man, for stopping in too. Appreciate that. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. But seriously, thank you, everyone. Oh, Uncanny Kawaka. He's only going to stay for a little bit, but thank you, bro, for showing up, man. He's a huge X-Men collector, so if you like X-Men books, definitely check out his channel on YouTube. He has a great collection, With that being said, it's Tech Comics saying, take care, rock on, enjoy your collecting, and stay warm out there, because right now I'm freezing my tuchus. All right, thanks a lot, and everybody take care. Stop the streaming.